So today I want to talk about the idea of just do. So as entrepreneurs, as business leaders, you know how difficult it can be to not only come up with a plan, come up with the structure, come up with the idea, everything you're supposed to do, but then actually go out and do it. It's two different things. It's two completely different mindsets. You have the thinkers and you have the doers. And when you're the captain of the ship, you have to be both. I often think back to the time when I was in the army and how simple life was then because I knew what time I had to wake up. I knew where I needed to be. I knew what I needed to wear, and everything was laid out for me on a platter. All I had to do was follow instructions. And, now that I run businesses and I kind of dictate what I'm going to do and how I'm going to spend my time and what is the priority, I have to think back to how easy life was at the time. Following instructions is it's simple. The difficulty comes in whenever you have to also think and do. But if we can just focus on just doing more than we focus on anything else, we're going to get ahead just by sheer volume of output. I have this post-it note on my desk, and if you follow me on social, you would see that in my story for this morning. It's a constant reminder for me because I tend to think, analyze, over plan, over organize. I even build automations and improve the efficiency of things that we end up scrapping weeks later. I think all engineers can relate to this. You end up optimizing for things that really don't even matter. It's just in your blood to have to optimize and improve everything. But it is a major downfall. You have to be able to focus on doing and executing, or these great ideas, these great plans will never actually get done. I think back to when I used to run a software company. A client came to me and he had this great, amazing idea for an app that could do everything for you. It was an app that was going to revolutionize everyone's productivity, and it was amazing. It was a great idea. But when you work in software or you work in tech, you quickly realize that everyone has great ideas. The biggest mantra in tech is, did you ship it? People don't care about the ideas. They don't care about how cool it sounds. They just want to know if you've been able to ship it. And with this one particular client, we went back and forth for weeks, adding new features, building new wireframes, et cetera, et cetera. And it kinda got to the point where I had to have a conversation with this guy and just tell him, like, even though he was still paying us, I had to tell him that he was dragging this out and he was negatively impacting his ability to get any type of capital because he was constantly delaying the production of the app, right? The MVP would never get out there. And it wasn't until then that we stripped away 90% of the features we were building, finally got to our core MVP product, and we were able to ship it, that we began getting valuable feedback from customers and from users that was more impactful and set the direction more than we could have done just through theory and through ideas and through wireframes. So for you, I want you to focus this week on doing whatever that thing is that you keep putting off. I want you to focus on tackling it head on. Figure out what your roadblock is. Set a goal for it. It doesn't have to be huge. Just get that one thing done. Go into every day or every week with one big idea of what you want to complete and then set time aside for it. No matter what, get it done. And then, of course, you need to do it. But once it's done, look back, review, and you will find out that even though it wasn't perfect, it was a huge leap forward and it will get perfect eventually. Once you start shipping, once you start putting things out there that you've been putting off forever, you start building confidence in yourself. You start getting clarity. You start getting better at shipping products out into the world because it becomes a habit. Instead of having the habit of delaying and procrastinating and putting things off and feeling bad and feeling terrible about not living up to the agreements that you set for yourself, instead, you're going to go into every day, every week confident because you are doing the things that you need to do. So this week, I challenge you, whatever that thing is, just do the thing. I'll see you next week.